What is up, guys? Welcome back. Another interview on deck here, this time with one of my best friends, that being the man behind the community effort that is Smash in Twitch, the one and only D1. D1, how are you doing today?
I just want to say that you definitely paused when you said best friends. I want to know if there's any sincerity behind that. You know what I'm saying? No, seriously, I'm very, very happy to be here. Thank you, Yahoo, of course. Shout out to EE. Love this guy. Today is an interesting day. A lot of crazy upsets already happening at Nairo Saga. But, I mean, what's a saga by 2GG without any upsets, right? So.
Exactly, man. That's kind of what I was saying. Like, it's kind of almost like picking up where Civil War left off. Another huge tournament, 2 days, just a lot of good, exciting action. And I know you yourself are really excited to see what's going to happen today. At Civil War, we had just a ball, just, watching that top 8 and just having a great time. It was awesome all around. So one thing I do have to ask you, though, like specifically to this event, do you think Nairo is capable of breaking the curse?
Well, the man is running through winners right now without dropping a game or a set to anybody. Still in the winners bracket. He's looking like MKLeo at Battle of BC, where MKLeo took the entire thing without dropping a game to anybody and also got that coveted first place. So we'll see what happens here, because Nairo Saga, it's tough, right? His name is in the title. So, of course, as the saying goes when it comes to 2G gaming events, if your name's in the title, you are cursed to fail. We'll see if Nairo can break the curse here. I don't know. I hope he will do well, because the Naifus, they're here cheering for him, and I'm a Naifu as well.
That, by self-admission, you are a Naifu.
You're not a Naifu?
I'm just asking you, man.
I'm
not on camera.
You're not a Naifu?
I mean, I am on camera, but I'm not on trial.
He's a Naifu as well. He doesn't want to claim that he's one, but many of us subscribe to Nairo on Twitch. Anyway, I think he's going to do really well in this tournament. I'd love to see him get first place. If he doesn't get first place, then Champ prevails.
That is pretty much the end game right there, trying to beat Champ essentially. So now obviously this event's amazing. Looking ahead a little bit, I was talking to people about events like Evo, CEO, DreamHack. What are your expectations for those? Because I know Evo for us is like really important, right? We got Sunday, main stage. That's going to be incredible. What are you thinking? I'm
thinking that there are way too many events that are back-to-back next to each other. It's making it very difficult for a person like me to enjoy Southern California, a beautiful place for me to relax and enjoy the scenic routes when it comes to, going to a new locale or something like that. In any event, I think the Summer of Smash is going to be a really busy one. A lot of these players are going to be put to the test, not only when it comes to their ranking, but just I feel like it's an endurance test, not only for that one particular weekend, but being ready for the next weekend. You'll have like literally 3-4 days during on the weekdays to reset, to probably figure out what exactly did you do wrong the weekend prior and have a new game plan coming into the next weekend. I think it's going to be really intense for the players. And I think Zero is going to be one of those players that I want to keep an eye open for, because if you remember last year, Zero was having a tough time post GAML 2016. GAML 2016, we saw the fall of Zero with Ally beating him there in Canada. Big win. Then going into Evo, like, he didn't even get first place. The top two players were Mega Man and top two characters were Mega Man and Mario, with Ally taking first and Kameme from Japan taking second place. So we're definitely going to see some interesting things here. CEO Zero didn't even get top 8.
He got ninth.
He got ninth place, dropping to Larry Learn Loses bracket. So I'm very interested in seeing what happens, because Ally did put out a tweet. If you guys check it out, check out Ally's Twitter. He said on a tweet that around this time of the year is when Zero started failing, and are we going to see the same thing happen again? So, sorry, that felt like I was interviewing you. But,
I mean, maybe.
But DreamHack Atlanta, I don't know. I feel like as far as CEO is concerned and Evo, Zero has something to prove because of the fact that he failed at those events. He didn't get the first places at those events. Is he going to be able to actually do well there? Or are we going to see the likes of maybe Mr. R, who's been on the rise lately because now he added Cloud, right? His Cloud is ridiculous. There was this one tournament where he got up to Game 10.
It was Royal Flush.
There you go, Royal Flush in Atlantic City. Man, the Tropicana was crisp, I have to tell you. In any event, yeah, seeing how good Mr. R did at that particular event, it makes me have high hopes for him at future events. So I guess players that I'm looking out for are Mr. R, MKLeo, Zero, Nairo, The Buzz.
You gotta show up.
MIA, where you at?
Where you at, dog?
Come on, man. Anyway, he needs to stop that, man, because I know at Civil War you did really good, but after Civil War, he kind of, kind of went off the grid a little bit, you know.
It's always next man up as far as I'm concerned with tournament wins.
That's what I'm saying, man. You might be first one day, but the second day, nobody will know who you are. So you better make sure to stay consistent.
There it is, man. Now, speaking of consistency, it looks like Nintendo has finally decided to acknowledge the competitive scene, right? You saw the launch of Nintendo Versus, the new Twitter. It looks like it's going to be covering Splatoon, Pokken, and ARMS right now. But that one blank spot there up in the corner could very well be Smash, could very well be Mario Kart. We don't really know what's going to happen, but what's your take, so far of that launch?
Well, Nintendo Versus is definitely a step in the right direction, I feel. Seeing ARMS, Splatoon, and also Pokken Tournament. Out of all the games, I'm surprised that Pokken Tournament actually got the nod, because the Pokken scene has been going through rough times. Right. They stopped at one particular patch, I believe it was 1.3, correct me if I'm wrong, and from there, Japan has been like ahead of us, because they have access to the arcade, the arcade versions of Pokken, which have the DLC characters, which have the patches, the latest patches, and now with Pokken Tournament DX coming out and the addition of the Decidueye, I think that's like super cool. And also like 2 new support characters. I think they added a new stage. There's split screen, which I thought was a big problem. Now with split screen, they better have 60 frames per second. I think one of the main issues that people had with Pokken Tournament DX is when there's going to be split screen, you could see a person when they're charging a move. When you play Pokken Tournament with a person and you have your own screen, like you're playing on arcade or online, you don't see when a person's charging a move. So now, this kind of, if a person's charging a move in Pokken Tournament, you see them glow, right? And that'll be a bigger tell now for when an opponent is trying to use a particular move. If someone like screen looks, and you know how it is when people screen look. You ever played Halo 2?
Of course, screen peeking, man.
I hate when people do that, man.
I did it all the time.
Come on, man. If I played you on lockout and you screen peeked, I would not play you ever.
I'm going for that sword, man.
I would BXR you.
He's tight.
Anyway, at the end of the day, I'm super excited for Nintendo Versus. I think it's a really cool concept that Nintendo has a social account for competitive gaming. And of course, everybody in the Smash community is saying, when is Smash gonna get that shout out? Hopefully very soon. Yep. You know me, man. I love Smash Brothers as much as the next enthusiast, probably even more. I mean, I work for the community, you know what I'm saying? But anyway, at the end of the day, big shout out to Nintendo for that and for giving me the opportunity to kind of usher in the new age of Nintendo with, embracing competitive gaming with E3 2017 coming up next week, where we have Vicky Kitty and myself, along with Jordan Kent, commentating Pokken Tournament DX and ARMS. So it's going to be really fun, and I can't wait to see what happens next.
Neither can I. D1, thank you so much for your time, my guy. It's definitely going to be a very interesting rest of the year, and then moving forward through that. I know myself, I'm very interested in Splatoon and ARMS as well. Nintendo. So keep me in mind, and we'll keep everything you said in mind as well. Thank you so much for watching, guys. Always a pleasure.